Each little piece in this suite has its own character, its own story, and its own world. And we try to reflect on it, to give the audience the feeling that the music is born from the movements of the dancers. Also, because we're using the painting by Wassily Kandinsky, abstract study, of the circles with many colors in it. The dancers are, in a sense, like colors of this painting. The choreography is based on the classical technique, and there are a lot of jumps, beats, turns, difficult lifts, and so on. So it is going to be a challenge for dancers' stamina, because it's a longer piece, and it's because it's very few of them. It's not a full company, so they have moments to breathe, but it's like a little marathon. Yeah, they need to use all their technique, classical technique, plus the artistry. Because for me it's important that we see their personalities. Each of them is different. Even though in a whole picture I think they like musical notes or they like colors of the painting. But at the same time they're individuals with their own world, ideas, reactions. And the more we see of that, the better. When I started to work on this music, there are, as I said, there are stories and characters preset. For example, the second musical number is Gnome, which is a little creature, magical creature, very angry one, that does bad things around. So casting a beautiful prima ballerina in it, there is an irony in it, but she has to find her inner gnome, so to speak, and release this negative energy or imagine this negative energy. And yeah, that's interesting to see when the dancers are pushed out of their comfort zone, how they react, how they cope with it. Some people hold back and you need to help them, to push them, and some people are ready to go. Another example of this reverse characterization, double sort of layer, is Baba Yaga, the folklore character from Russian tales, the old witch living in the forest and eating the lost children. She loves eating children. So it's done by a man in the ballet, and he needs to find his inner witch. And he's hunting the ladies, we see that. All these characters and pictures and stories and worlds that are depicted so beautifully by Mussorgski. It's not like we're translating it, I try to give the dancers an experience to live within these images and worlds. I would say that every time I work with classical dancers, I love using their technique, what they being trained, from the very early age. And the classical dancers, it's for them to learn the craft. It takes 10 years. It's a huge process, and you need to work very hard and very harsh on your body. So I don't want to throw it away. I want to use this classical movements, vocabulary that they are so good at. And they keep practicing it every day throughout the whole career. In the morning they do this 1-hour class, perfecting these movements. So using the steps and just making new combinations and finding some, little twists here and there. So that's how I would describe my choreographic style. It's based on the classical technique, but of course I use more contemporary port de bras and the musicality. I always go from the music, from the rhythm and melodies and the moods that the music gives us.